All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of this Vancouver Canucks franchise mode here in NHL 26. We're in the offseason after an absolute horrid Stanley Cup playoff appearance against the Colorado Avalanche, where how long did we go? 5 games? 6 games? We played terrible. We got outmatched by a second line full of 35-plus-year-olds and a 23-year-old. And it was kind of disgraceful. But then in the last episode also, we went through the NHL draft. We got a couple of good picks here or there. And now this episode's all about, the rest of the offseason and maybe starting the regular season as well. I've already gone through some of the players that I also want to maybe get rid of and want to improve on. So I'll show you what I mean by that in just a moment. But that's basically the plan for this video. So I'll show you the contract, the site, or the contract page, and I'll show you what I mean by all of this. So here on the centers, we have a couple things to look at. First of all, Marco Rossi wants to come back, I want him back. He does not want to come back. And a big reason for that is if we offer him a contract extension, he wants $13 million. I don't have that. I have $9 million. So we kind of have to work our way around all of this. He likes the organization. It's just the contract is a bit off. If we had money, he probably would sign. So that's one thing we have to look at. Number 2, Adam Lowry. I'm not re-signing him. He was awful for us in the playoffs. Again, a good X factor piece, but again, at 81 at 35 as well. I'm not really looking I'm happy to re-sign him. Left wingers are all good. Nothing going on much there. Jordan Eberle, sadly at 38, I'm probably gonna have to let him go. Great X factor guy, but the age, and he's gonna drop to a 78 before we even know it. So sadly, I'll have to let him go. Defenseman wise, this is where it gets a bit interesting, okay? And I'm gonna say this. Last video, I did not show it because I didn't really want to try it too much. Dmitry Orlov has had a terrible downfall. He's 80 overall right now and a 36-year-old, and we still have him for 2 more years at 7.17. If there's a contract I want to get rid of to help us sign Marco Rossi, it might be this one. Now, the only issue I have with this is he's 80, so he doesn't have a lot of trade value left anymore. But luckily, he doesn't have any move clauses on his contract and whatnot, so that, to me, is a plus for sure. And while I say, even if we don't sign Rossi at the start, we could at least hold him because he's an RFA. So unless a team offer sheets him, we could still hold on to him for a while now heading into the free agency period and not have anyone kind of go after him right away. So we can RFA Rossi, but we might have to wait to sign him until we possibly get a trade for Orlov. If we're able to, that opens up $7 million. We'll be able to re-sign Rossi to the contract he wants there. So that's kind of my plan there. I know Orlov has been great for us, but at that age, with his overall as well, I think we kind of got to get rid of him, especially with that contract. He'll be a 78, earning $7 million in a year. So that's why I kind of got to get rid of them. And goaltender-wise, Dan Vladar wants to come back now. I don't know what he's asking for. Maybe let's check it out here. What is he asking for? Oh, okay. Literally the same contract as before. So that's perfectly fine with me if he wants that, because that is perfect. He's an 83, good backup. I mean, not like amazing, but he'll do his job. And Thatcher Demko as well. Gain another X factor, by the way. I realized that while I was doing my research for this video, so that's really good. Up to a 91 as well, so he should be up for another good year heading into next season. And with us trading Orlov and also getting rid of Adam Lowry and Eberle, this will open up spots for Landon McSwain, who's already an 83 overall. If you've been watching this series for a while now, he was 83 this year in the W. He probably could have played on our roster. I probably could have signed him, but I decided to just hold him off. He had a great year. And Lou Tanev, our first-round pick from this past draft, 78 overall, so he might have to just sit on the third line. But judging by what during the draft, I was able to see how he'd fit on our pairings, and he fits the bill pretty well, especially I think within the second and first line defensive pairing. So that's good. He's also a righty, so I really like that. So us getting rid of Orlov and possibly getting rid of the defenseman just above him, he should probably fit on our roster next season. All right, so with that out of the way, we're going to enter the re-signing phase. Big thing here is our coaches are expiring on their contracts are expiring. First of all, Adam Foote, who has been great for us. We don't have a lot of budget remaining. Wow. Okay. We don't have a lot of budget remaining. That's not good. And if we want to sign all these guys, oh my god. Okay. So we're gonna have to do a little workaround here, but I'll figure this one out. So don't worry. I'll figure this one out for sure. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a bit tough because we don't have a lot of money left, and we have to re-sign our associate and assistant coach, and as well as an AHL goalie coach. Because what I've done is I pushed up Marshall Mayers into the goalie coach position. I don't really know how this is going to go because he is an A+ teaching, which is great, but his other stats aren't really all that superb. I want to re-sign Foote no matter what because he's kind of the driving force of this team, and there's a lot of people I think, he's been good for us overall. So that's why I kind of want to keep Adam Foote as our head coach. Just our two coaches here, though, that's a bit of an issue for my end again. We might have to find the coach that's good on the penalty kill and one that has a good power play, but that one is, that one we just have to wait and see how we go here. And then the AHL goalie coach, I don't mind if we sign someone awful, but I don't know if I have a lot of money for it because we spend a lot on other people around us here. We could move up Maxwell Coupland to the assistant coach role, even Gabriel Brook as well. So there's some things I could do here, but it could be a bit of an awkward push here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone bonkers here. I've actually fired our coaches, and what I've done is I've basically moved up all our AHL coaches. I think we should be okay because we have Coupland, who has a good power play. We have Buick, who has a good penalty kill. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on here. Also, a big thing here is the coaching type or the teaching specialty. Foote's a defenseman. Buick's a defensive coach as well. I think that should work out well, considering we also need help defensively. So I'll take that as it is. So a lot of our money will just go towards our AHL coaches, but I don't know if we'll have enough to sign anyone. But this could be very, very interesting this offseason. And we also have to re-sign our scouts here. Number one thing on our scouts is the pro scouts. I'm not too bothered by. We'll just sign them. What is to note of, though, is the only one I really want to get rid of. The only two maybe there's two, I think. The Russian scout, although he's A+ in the region, he's a D, as well as Braun in the Q, he's a D-. I really did not like how they were doing, especially Russia, considering they have a lot of players there as well. So we have to find a new Q scout and a new Russian scout, but we definitely can find someone better. So I'll re-sign these guys, and I think the next thing up should be the players. All right, so it's now time to re-sign our players. The number one thing that we do know and our plan is we're going to RFA Marco Rossi. Now, we have $9 million, so yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to qualify him as an RFA because obviously he won't accept this deal. He actually wants 6 years at $13 million, which I think could work out. But I think what we'll just do for now, we'll qualify him as an RFA. So therefore, if anyone wants to come get him, he's going to have to be offer sheeted. And for $13 million, that's not going to be pretty. So we should be all right with Marco Rossi right there. When we go to other players on our list, Landon McSwain is going to be re-signed. Or we're going to let's just get rid of everyone that we don't want. So Adam Lowry, we know, so we'll release him. And then, where the hell is Eberle? See you later. Yeah. So Eberle is gone now as well. Defensively, Josh Mahura does not want to come back. He was okay, but he doesn't want to come back. That's fine because we have to open up space for Lou Tanev as well. So we'll leave it like that. So what I'll do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'll just go through, sign who I think we should sign, and get rid of who I think we should get rid of. And we will, I'll see you guys on the other side where I'll explain my cases for anyone that might be at question. Okay, so I've gone through all the players that we have, and I've signed them or I've gotten rid of, depending on, what I was thinking overall. Number one, we got Landon McSwain, so that's no biggie there. And then we've signed Max Deganay as he was a draft pick of ours in 2026. Maddox Deganay, not Max, my bad. But overall, the centers didn't change too much. Left wingers as well, Brady Wasselin, our first round pick in 2026. I mean, he's not really superb, but we've signed him as well. We've kept the majority of our guys. There's no one really here that I had to re-sign except Stillman. Defensively, we've gotten rid of Mahura, and we've signed Lutanev as well. Kudryavtsev, hold on, pardon me here. Kudryavtsev, whatever. I think people wanted him last year, but I've signed him. He's just going to be in our AHL. And then we've signed Villeneuve. I mean, again, he's not superb, or 2026 first rounder, but he's signed as well. But yeah, one thing to note is I noticed Sergei Lazarev, who we drafted in not last episode's draft, but 2 drafts ago, 4th round pick. He's actually up to a 72. He was a top 4 defenseman, but he actually had a really good year. He was our top point getter on the defensive side. So he had a good push. So I'm really excited for him. Hopefully he can boost as well. But that's our defenseman. And then on the goaltender side, Dan Vladar, we should have re-signed them when I saw that there earlier, the 8,000, because he now wants $1.5 million. So that's not superb, but yeah, so we re-signed them though for 1 year. That's not awful. Goaltender wise, we signed Magnuson. We also got rid of Switzer and Einefeld, who were, Switzer was our like he was a low starter or whatever the hell he was. He was not going to be good anyways, and Einefeld was like our 3rd goalie the last couple of seasons, so nothing crazy there. But Liam Magnuson was all right. So yeah, so we have our goalies all set up, so there's nothing to go on there. When I look at defensemen, the big thing is just getting rid of Orlov. We have a lot of contracts up next season when I look at it here, because obviously we're still going to have our core, but when you go down the list here, Ferraro's going to be up. We're going to have Lekkermacki up, Ristolainen, Orlov, who we're going to get rid of, but there's some decent contracts that are going to be up, and as well as our goaltenders too. Thatcher Demko's contract's up, and he's a 91, so what is he going to get next offseason, right? So that's a big thing. But that's basically it for us. We're going to see what our coaches say, because there's going to be a lot of turnover there. But nonetheless, let's just sim through this. Basically, we have nothing else to do until free agency, so next time up will probably be at free agency period. Okay, so it's now time to get some coaches, get some scouts here in free agency period. On July 1st. The only ugly thing is we don't have the salary to sign coaches. So this is going to be a big, movement by me here, because I have to sign 3 coaches with no money. I don't know what I'm going to do. To be honest, I might have to fire these guys because we have no money. I'm serious. I don't know. I don't really know what else to do. But I'm just going to take my mind off that for just one moment, and I'll probably get to it. But big thing here is we're just going to sign a Russian scout and as well as a new Q scout. And that's kind of it for me there. And then we'll get to the players all in one moment here. So let me use my brain and figure this one out here. And I'll be back with a full update in just a moment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so what I've done is, when we'll come back to this, I fired our coaches, and I've just gone on a spree of hiring AHL coaches. This is going to be awful. It truly is. But I have to. I simply have to. And I don't know who's going to agree to these terms. I don't know what's going to really happen. But this could be very ugly. It really could be. And I'm not super excited for that at all. And I honestly think I wish my head was in a better spot to fix this all up. But this is going to be ugly. This could be a bad year for us overall. But I've kind of gone in and picked the coaches that have good power play, good penalty kill, just hoping that we could do something with it. And I don't know what's really going to happen, but oh my God, this could be dangerous. Anyways, but I also offered scouts to 2 spots, so hopefully that goes well. Next thing on our list is to try and deal Dmitry Orlov. So let's go check out some trades that we could mash up here for Orlov. I don't think it's going to be really nice looking at all, but let's just see if we could work something out. So there is only one team, that would accept a trade. That has a trade for Dmitry Orlov. It is Orlov to the Anaheim Ducks for Nico Mijatovic, who is a top 9 medium centerman, 72 overall. Not really good at all. Doesn't fit on any one of our lines, but he's an AHL player. He's an AHL player, so I don't mind that too much. And to free up $7 million, though, I will take this any day of the week. So with that, I'm going to do this because we need to. I'm not saving an 80 overall 7th defenseman with... I know he has an X factor. I know I've always pushed X factors are always better, but In some cases, they are just not. So for me, Dmitry Orlov has to go, and so we're going to accept this trade for the Ducks. Sadly, it has to go this way, but it's the only thing we can do. Trade accepted. And so now, with $14 million saved on our salary cap, we could finally do this. He wants a 7-year deal at $13.65 with no move clauses from year 2 to 7. Man, I don't really know what's going on here overall, but look, Marco Rossi's a great player for us, and I know he's going to be doing better. He's only 26 as well. So for this, personally, I don't see a problem with this trade. He's going to be a top-line center for us for the time being. Let's see if we offer him this contract. What does he say? He's back with us, so there we freaking go. Oh, well, no, he's not. He's going to review it, but surely he's going to accept it. So that won't leave us a lot of money, especially when we're trying to re-sign some guys as well, but I think we might be okay offensively. We have to deal, I think, with Poirier, though, because if we want Lutanev on the team, we're going to have to make some moves, or we just leave Lutanev on the roster. But that's overall it. There's not much else we could really do. So I'll take a look at free agents overall, but the big thing here this offseason is dealing with our coaches, because that's just an overall mess right now. And ladies and gentlemen, as I'm going through all these notifications, look at this. Marco Rossi has accepted our contract, so we now have him for another 7 years, which is really, really good. And he also has that C badge, so maybe we give Marco Rossi the captaincy heading into next season. And ladies and gentlemen, by the skin of my teeth, I have done it. I have given us a fully staffed roster here of coaches. It's not good looking at all, though, because as you can see, besides Adam Foote, everyone is a D. I don't really know, man, what I'm doing here. Do I really think I should have given Adam Foote that contract extension? Who knows? But you know what? He has an A+ power play, an A+. He's too good of a coach to just give up. So we have Adam Foote. Then we have Vic Hickicks to help out with the penalty kill as an A-. And he also has some decent teaching stats. Then we have Tucker Lowe for the power play. As you can see, nothing else is pretty, though. Marshall Mayers is our goalie coach with A+ teaching. Over the AHL, we have Matej Cernik. He was just a random pickup. Honestly, he's going to be awful. And then Ruben Walton is our associate coach to help out with the penalty kill. Zane Sharp to help out with the power play. And then we have Mia Lundin to help out with the goalies. And again, teaching is an A+, but everything else is not really looking good. So the staff chemistry is okay. It's nothing crazy, but could it be better? Most definitely, but we had to definitely upgrade from what we would have no coaches in the AHL. We would have had no coaches somewhere, basically. So we had to get that done. Also, for scouts, look at this. We signed this guy, Boris Tarasov, to help out with the Russians. He's now an A- overall. So he's going to be able to scout way more Russians than we did in the last couple of seasons. We also signed this person, Emmanuel Aubin, or Aubin, if you're however you want to say it. He's a C, but he's an A+ in Quebec, in the Quebec Major Junior League. So that's great as well. So we've upgraded our scouts as well, so that's great. But now, really, we just kind of have to go through the offseason. There's nothing else much left to do. We don't really have to sign anyone because our roster is basically signed itself. But yeah, that's basically it. That's most of this offseason done. I'll just check out if there's anything else, but I don't think so. So if there is, I'll stop. If not, we're just going to see each other at the start of next season. Okay, everyone, it is time now to check our lines. This is the time of the year where we pray that people like Landon McSwain, Lou Tanev can fit on our roster. I'm praying to God that they do, because if not, I'll be very, very, very disappointed. So let's check this one out. Okay. So again, we still have some good top 2 lines, but we're going to have to do some little movements around here. Also, Landon McSwain's an 85 overall. That's a pretty good dub for me. Who's scratched? Oh, I could have signed another winger. Whoops, I did not think about that. Okay, so defensively, though, hey, not bad. Lou Tanev fits on the top 2 lines as well, so that's pretty good. I'll take that. But definitely, I'll do some line changes here. This is looking good, but we could probably do better. So let me change up the lines here and see if we can make any fixer-ups here. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the best I could get overall. What I've done is I've moved Braden Coots up to the top line. I feel like he fits there, you know, looking at his scheme fit, he fits there. I don't mind that. He's 83. Good. And he definitely get better here going up with Rossi and Besser. My only problem is that third line. The only person that doesn't fit is Chase Stillman. Atu Ratu doesn't fit as well. So I might be looking for a little third line left winger just to help us out there right now. Fourth line's looking good as well. But none of them can really fit on that third line to, you know, boost it. So I'm not super excited about that over. I mean, that does it, but then again, I'd rather have a +2. Anyway, so the offense is good. The power plays also look good. The penalty killers are also good as well. So we have a good order of players right here, offensively, defensively as well. I went with this. I think this should work out too. So we'll see what Lou Tanev does as a 78. But again, the whole season, you know, going through everyone's, you know, their season potential or whatever they're going to work on during the season, that's going to be crucial as well. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I think the first order of business for us is just getting a third line left winger just to fit on that line. Or does that do anything? No. I mean, I'll do it. Maybe a third line right winger. How about that? Because Nebraska's the left winger. So we'll work on that. But overall, the lines look good for right now. And for those who want to just see our AHL, nothing huge right now. But the only thing, the biggest thing actually, is Sergei Lazarev, who again I spoke about earlier, how he bumped up. He's now a 75. There's a good chance he's on our roster next year. So that's just another thing to look at as well. So defensively, though, in the AHL, we're looking good, but offensively, we're not looking good. And for those who want to know what we're going to do with our captaincy, this is what I'm going to do. Obviously, the last couple of years, we've just had assistants overall. I'm going to give a captain this year, and I've already kind of mentioned it, and you guys can probably already know where it's going to go. But Elias Pettersson will be one of our assistants, and I think Phil Peronic as well will be our other, just because they're veteran players in this Canucks franchise. But our captain, of course, will be Marco Rossi. Was there really a surprise about that? No, not really. But we're going to go with Rossi, Pettersson, Hronek as our leadership group this year. We'll see how this one goes now that we have a captain, but that's our captaincies for this season. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on the main menu. There's a couple of things I got to do. Number one, I got to do... Oh, hang on. Wrong. I got to do the season goals for all the players. So that's one thing I got to do. I also got to scout the first batch of players too. I don't know if we're going to get into regular season games this episode. So just beware of that. And then I'm also probably going to do looking for a trade for a left winger of some kind that could fit on our roster. So I'll kind of just go through and see if there's anything I could do. But that's just basically what is left here. So I'm going to do the season goals, do some scouting, and then maybe look for a player that we can fit on our third line. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to use the old saying here, if you can't beat him, join him. Anders Lee is available. He's an 82. He's a third liner. They say he could fit on our bottom six and play power plays as well. He's also an X-Factor player. If anyone remembers from the previous episode, Anders Lee destroyed us in the playoffs. So, why don't I add him to our roster? So, I'm going to offer Anders Lee in our second round pick for this year. Now, I know that's maybe a bit of an oversell, but I'm also going to offer Atu Ratu. Now, the only question here is, will it be enough value, especially if they are going to retain some of his salary? Sometimes this game does not like retaining. Sometimes the GMs of other teams do not like it. But I'm going to give it a go here because I think we can see. But if not, this could be bad. But please, LA Kings, please. No, see, we're not comfortable retaining the salary that you're asking us. We are rejecting this deal. Okay. So maybe I got to boost them with something else as well. I'm going to add another draft pick. They're probably not going to like this at all. But please, for Anders Lee, yeah, no, exactly. It's the salary retention, which I do not like at all. So I've lowered the retention just a bit, but I've added a higher draft pick in 2029 this season. So hopefully they accept this here. Like, look at the value at the bottom. Like, we dominate. Come on, LA. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna try and redo this whole thing. But I'm gonna go here with a third round pick instead of a fourth. No, see. Yeah, they just don't want to retain any salary. So I might try one more time with maybe something different, but I don't know if this is going to go through. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I did some thinking, I did some player season goals, I did the scouting, and I came back to this. Tyler Toffoli. Now, we've dealt with the Sens before, so they are pretty good on our side when it comes to trading players. I don't know how they're so low on the salary cap, but they are. Now, I'm going to make this trade. I've downgraded our pick to a third-round pick, and we're going to pick up Tyler Toffoli. Now, he has multiple X factors. He's a good penalty kill. He can play on the third line. I don't mind that all that much. 81 overall is not my preferred, but you know what? We're going to try and go with this. Again, hopefully they will accept salary retention, because boy, do we need it. And if not, we're going to upgrade this to a second-round pick. But let's go with this. Please, Sens, please. No. Okay. Okay. So they don't mind that too much. Let's upgrade to the second and see how this goes. All right. Our second-round pick for Ratu, I guess. Please, Sens, please. No. Ah, of course. Of course. Of course. All right, so now what I've done, I've just gone complete overload. We're throwing in Stillman. We're throwing in our 4th-round pick. No retention. The value goes our way. Please, Sens, please, at this point now. Come on. All right, last hope. I'm going with the 3rd-round pick. This better work this time around. Oh, my God. I know. I don't want to check out the trade block. I want Tyler frickin' Toffoli. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my last chance here for this trade. If not, we're just going to call it a day because no one wants anyone here, to be honest. So please, for the love of God, please accept this now. Yes!